In the top four, won 3 games in a row, and today another 3 massive games. What is going on there, guys? Kempy here, and welcome back to another video on Double Upload Sunday. Thank you for your massive support. I'm guessing you've smashed it. I hope you have, otherwise I've got to re-edit and re-record this, but you guys have smashed the support so much on the channel recently. I have no doubt you have absolutely smashed through 20 likes on both videos, so a massive thank you to you absolute legends. Now, we have played 2 games since we were last here on camera. Last time out, we beat Blackburn 1-0, lost to Spurs 1-0, beat Norwich 5-0. We went and beat Swansea 3-1 in the game where fully rotated. Elliot Wahi got his first start of the club, scored 2 goals against championship opposition, but very strong performance. Everyone got a run out. Lewis Hall was fantastic in DM as well, which is very exciting. And then Brian Zaragoza as well was fantastic, and an own goal got us the victory in that one. And then we played Everton at home, I believe, or was it away from home? It was at home, and then Alex Isaac Brace won it 2-1 for us. Again, you can see very dominant, which is fantastic. I never actually realised how one-sided Everton were in that game in terms of positions, but there we are. Today we've got Chelsea away from home before we face Liverpool at home, who we done a double over last season. I'm then going to play this Ipswich game off of camera, and then we're going to go and play West Ham at home as well, because I want to keep these episodes fun and fruity. And top 4, I simply can't believe. We are actually doing quite well. 4 games, 3 wins, 1 loss. We've had a fairly favourable start playing against 2 newly promoted sides and Everton, but you have to beat the teams that are in front of you, and that is our chance today. Chelsea have started the season fairly well, exactly the same as us. We've just got a better goal difference than them. We are away from home, and I think today we're going to be clever. We're not going to do what we did against Spurs and try and go up against them with our fancy positional play tactic. We're going to defend the game and try and get a natural victory, and that is the plan today. Dan Burn is going to play at left back, Botman, Gurhey, Timber, Bruno. We're going to play Joe Linton. No, we can't. He got a red card, didn't he? So it is going to be Smith Rowe and Sanchez in midfield, because Moretti is sadly injured. Norton, you can go away. Moretti is injured for 1 to 3 days, so he'll be back very shortly. Anthony Gordon fit enough for the bench, which is fantastic news, because we have missed him. Midfield, we are a little bit short on with them 2 injuries, but we should be okay. Kubo is not going to get the start of this game. It's going to be Miggy Almiron on the right. Zaragoza is going to start on the left, and we'll bring on Anthony Gordon at some point. It is about trying to be defensively solid today and try and get the 3 points against a very good Chelsea side. They've got a very good team. They Kepa, Reece James, Disasi, Colville, Chilwell, Fernandes, Caicedo, Jackson, Palmer, Sterling, Lukaku up front for them again. A fairly different Chelsea side. Not too many signings in there, but players coming back from loan and are obviously impressing on their loans, so staying at the club. We need this game to go well. We've had a good start to the season, but this is our first real test other than losing to Spurs 1-0. And straight away we've got a Miggy Almiron corner, whips it in. Dan Burn hits the crossbar, it drops to Brian Zaragoza, and in 4 minutes we've got an early lead, and that is exactly what we needed to do. So straight away, a little bit of time wasting, slow things down, and just keep going. That is absolutely fantastic. Great ball in from Miggy Almiron. We are playing 4 set pieces, which is fantastic, and straight away we are in the lead. I mean, I'm telling you, we were going to win the league. I said it at the start of the season. I'm keeping to that. Sterling down the left-hand side, cuts inside, beats everyone and dribbles straight in. I mean, what have you done? Bruno G is just falling over his own feet, trying to tackle Sterling. A good save from Nick Pope, tips the ball over the bar and keeps things here 1-0 to the mighty Toonami. Cole Palmer with a set piece, whips it in, and there's big Dan Burn. We've gone for height, passion, strength today, and hopefully it pays off. Reece James with the frame into Lukaku. Reece James re-gets the ball, finds Lukaku, and Bruno G brings it down, and the ref has called a penalty. And that's not what we wanted to see, is it? I'm going to go back to what we were doing. We're going to keep the time wasting a little bit, but go a little more direct and more speed. The ref's given a pen. Don't worry. Super Nick Pope, Lukaku, Bolingoli, no goals for you. Please, I beg you. Oh, Nick Pope goes the right way and it goes in, and Romelu Lukaku does score to make things 1-1. I mean, I'm a fan of Lukaku. His time at United, I think, didn't go quite to plan, but it was never as bad as people expected, and he's now absolutely killing it over at Roma as well, so I'm a big fan of Big Romelu. And if you watch Manny on FIFA, 85 on his back, Bolingoli, he loves a goal, Big Rom does. And there's 1-1 win this one then, 30 minutes in, 36% possession. We're trying to be ratty today. We're trying to grind out a result, defend the game, and just bring something back to Newcastle. That is the plan. Rather than trying to go at Chelsea, We might do that if we go 2-1 down, but I think playing this defensive style of play is going to be better than trying to outright go and absolutely smash them. And that is exactly what today's game plan is turning out to be. 17 minutes in, this is the first highlight we are seeing in the second half. And I don't mind that. We're just making the game about being dirty and winning. And we're on the ball on the right-hand side. Plays a nice ball in behind, but I mean, the Chelsea defence have fell asleep there, but it does fall to Chilwell eventually. Finds in to Cole Palmer. Can he get a ball into Colby? We can. Isaac's got some good pressing, but they have broke the press quite easily. And Nicholas Jackson is free on this right-hand side. Dan Bird's come inside to try and cover, but Jackson gets down the line, calls it back into Fernandez, back into Jackson, into Bolingoli. And I actually think Botman gets the touch on it, and he scores an own goal. And I said this would potentially happen. We're going to our aggressive system. That's annoyed me quite a lot, that an own goal could be what gets Chelsea the game here. We're going to bring on Kubo, we're going to bring on Gordon, and we're going to bring on Dedic, a left back as well. And we're going to go out there and we're going to get a draw in this game. We're going to put ourselves forward. Again, though, I'm not upset. We are playing against a very, very good side. This is the same as we played against Spurs. We are going a bit more, we've been more defensive in this game rather than trying to go at them. And we've shown we can go toe-to-toe with the top sides in the league. So it's not all bad, trust me. Dedic on the ball, playing in that inverted wing-back role, finds Gurhey into Dedic, into Smith-Rowe, into Isaac. Isaac goes alone, fizzes it across the goal, and the changes come in. And as easy as that, you switch up the formation from kickoff. Chelsea were like, wait, whoa, there's inverted wing-backs, there's inverted full-backs everywhere. They couldn't react, and we go ahead. Bit of tiki-taka play. Smith-Rowe, a fantastic ball into Isaac, takes it wide, batters it home, and it's now 2-2. Do we go defensive, or do we keep going at them? We keep going. We have just surprised them in every single way. If we get to 85, I'll drop back into the defensive style of play, but just with 5 minutes left until we do that. Oh, do I do it? Oh, we got a highlight. As I click spacebar, we've got a highlight. Nick Pope into Sven Botman. Botman finds Dedic out wide to Gordon, into Renato Sanchez. Find Gordon again. He does. Gordon down the left-hand side. Fantastic last season. Has been injured up until now. Finds Renato Sanchez. And the ball is intercepted. Oh, Renato Sanchez has murdered a man. Oh, my good Lord. No one likes to see that, Renato. I'm trying to revive your career. I'm going to have to revive someone on the pitch at this rate. Good Lord. He's absolutely murdered him. Right, well, what do we do now then? We have to sort of drop into I guess like a sort of this kind of system. Gordon, just be a dog. I want you just to run. Just run around, Gordon. Kubo, you just be supportive in there and free roam around everywhere. Try and pick up the ball when it comes to you. We're going to play very much centrally. We are going to get the ball inside. We're going to trap him in there. We're going to drop off. We're going to not going to get stuck in. And we're going to have a low block as well. We are going to defend. We're going to go direct, slowly, waste time. Get that point back to St James's Park, lads. And with 5 minutes headed on, there is a good chance that it's going to happen. Waste more time, more substitutions. Harry Maguire, this is why you are here at the club. Come on for Botman. And we're going to bring on Wout Goers for Bruno Guimaraes as well. Drop him in as another centre-back because that's what I want to do. Field manager has listened. We're going to drop Kubo into there. And Anthony Gordon's now a DM. He's going to just run around being aggressive. That's what we want. Run around being aggressive, all right? Just run at people and hit them. You're actually both going to go as Cariellos as well. We are sitting in, trying to get this point over the line. Just 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. And there's a corner ball. Don't do it. FM, don't do it. FM, no! Oh, no. Football manager. The drama. Trevor Chalobah. Oh, and we've lost 3-2. Renato Sanchez, what have you done? No. That feels like a loss. That feels like a painful stab to the heart. And we've lost at Chelsea. Unlucky, boys. Oh, that's infuriating. Oh. Look, that's frustrating, but we have to remember 2-1 down at half time. I said I wouldn't mind a tight affair, but that feels so much worse. Oh, we've now got to pick ourselves up. No Renato Sanchez, no Joe Linton. Liverpool at home. Oh. Well, of course, in the, up to running this game, Sanchez is now injured for 3 matches, and Jurriën Timber's out for 2 weeks as well, which means for this Chelsea game, we've had to rotate, which means Dan Burn goes to the inverted fullback on the left, and Livramento comes in at the right wing-back role. Joe Linton, Bruno G and Smith Rowe are back. Joe Linton is back for this game, which is massive. We need someone like that in this midfield today, and we are going to go for our inverted wing-back system. We're going to play positive. We're at home in front of the Geordie crowd. Hopefully, we can go out there today and make them proud. This game is a massive one. I have a feeling if we lose this game and don't beat West Ham, the media keep saying it could be our last. I mean, the board have gone up to a D rather than being an E-, I think, which they were. So, we're certainly not looking as bad on the board, but the media think so. Takefuso's injured his upper body. I mean, how have you done that? Zaragoza's going to come on. We're going to move Gordon out to the right-hand side, and just dramas keep happening here at Newcastle. What a first half of football that was. An injury to Kubo. Great. We've had one shot all game. We've created absolutely nothing. And, very boring start to the game. I mean, if we do look at this analysis, I don't know if you guys know this screen. I haven't known this screen for quite a while. We have got 12 players on the pitch. Ignore that. It's a bit of a bug at the moment, but you can do this where you can see the heat map and where players are playing. Now, Darwin Núñez is being sort of held in here by Mark Guehi and Botman. Dan Burn is doing well. Livramento's doing well in terms of tracking these wing backs. Sabozzo's had to drop back in, and Diaz has as well. Which means our midfielders are marked out of the game, and Bruno G is sort of sitting in a bit of a pocket. I don't know whether to move him up into that central midfield, but then I'm worried that we're going to lose this sort of inverted role. But I think we need to move Livramento into being a wing-back, and the same for Dan Burn, just as a full-back on support. Maybe both of them. Just trying to keep the width a bit because they're playing very, very narrow. Now, again, this is something that I've learned off of you guys and off Twitter, that this is a whole new screen, which I didn't know about, to be honest. So we're going to play nice and wide. They seem to be playing quite inverted, and we're going to see if we can get them on the wings. So we're going to move Zaragoza to a winger on attack as well, rather than him being inverted. And just see, I mean, Anthony Gordon has his position's very inverted because he started over on the left-hand side. He's been moving over as the half's been going. I've been keeping a track of it. But a little tactical insight there as to hopefully how we break down this Liverpool team in the second half. And we have got a highlight pretty much straight away in just 50 minutes. And you can see Szoboszlai on the ball in a central position. Guehi steps up to try and win it. Oh, Darwin Núñez has absolutely missed the sitter there. Nick Pope for good save. That's a bit annoying that straight away they've come in and got that. As I've tried to be a tactical genius. It's gone off for a corner. Robertson with the ball in. Good header by Dan Burn, and we can get it clear. And you can see as well down here on these maps just how central they actually are. They are playing very, very central. So the width is where we're going to try and get Liverpool in this game. We've created nothing. It's been great. We have now got a free kick, and Sven Botman is the man to whip it in. Guehi wins the header. It comes clear to Botman, who picks it up on this right-hand side, plays it back into Livramento, out wide to Dan Burn, into Smith Rowe. Get it back to Big Dan. We need to bring Dedic on at left back. Oh my God, I thought he was going to absolutely shaft us there. Dan Burn goes back to Nick Pope. Now what can you do? Finds Botman. Just relax on the ball, lads. There's no need to be too much pressure. Bruno G into Guehi. Nice play. Out to Gordon. Back to Bruno G, who's lost the ball. He's lost the ball when Darwin takes it wide. Livramento, fantastic defending back there. And we play the ball around nicely again. And we rotate and we get to the left-hand side. Dan Burn driving through the team. Brian Zaragoza finds Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe, pick a pass or go alone. Emil Smith Rowe with the greatest goal you'll ever see on Football Manager. Bags it home. A fantastic counter-attacking move. Right to left into the creative genius of Smith Rowe. And he drives all the way through the Liverpool side. He thought he was going to pass it. He keeps going. He keeps going. He beats the last man, gets on that left foot, puts it across Alisson, and it's 1-0 to the Geordies. And thanks to that goal, we are going to just drop things back into balanced, and we are going to time waste a little bit more. Just going to double check I've got these as fullbacks. I have got these as fullbacks. My memory is horrendous. Going to go both of these as they are as well. And just drop Bruno into a DLP on defend and put Joe Linton as a ball winner on support, because that's his best role and that's what he can keep doing. I don't need to change anything else, to be honest. I'm very, very happy. We're going to bring on Dedic for Dan Burn and leave things as that. 65th minute. Hopefully we can hold on in this game. I think this is a bit of a dead highlight. I mean, when you make changes, FM loves to give you these, but you never know. Joe Linton has been killed by McAllister. That Renato Sanchez challenge was absolutely horrendous, and it has been banned for 3 games. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but yeah, we've got no Renato Sanchez for 3 games, which is fantastic. But, you know, we move. Gordon down the right-hand side. Can he cut inside and find a ball? He gets a great ball into Isaac, who managed to win us a corner. He is occupying both, I think it's Kanate and Van Dijk at the back very, very well today, which I'm very, very happy with. I'm going to keep things nice and wide in this one. We're definitely creating more chances. I'm going to praise the lads and hope that's okay. I'm very tempted to just change around Smith Rowe's role soon as well, rather than being a Metzala, get him staying a bit more central. Bruno G on the ball, does find Gurhi, back up wide to Livramento. It's fantastic football. Should have found Gordon, but he goes alone with a long-range effort and blasts the ball over the bar. I don't mind seeing that. I mean, I'd rather you didn't shoot from there, to be honest, but I don't mind it. We're going to put on work the ball into the box so we don't waste too many chances. And again, just slow things down a little bit, waste more time, and get this 3 points. Come on, we bottled it against Chelsea. Let's not do it here today. Botman with a corner. It's a great ball in. Becker comes out. And Alisson has the ball for Liverpool. 82nd minute. There is more than enough time for Liverpool to flip this game on its head and get 3 points. Virgil finds Joe Gomez to Jota. Oh, we could have got that one. Goes back into Endo to Thiago. Oh, again, we could have got that one. Kanate into Szoboszlai, into Thiago. Zaragoza pressing like a demon. He now finds Dedic on the left-hand side. Just keep going, Dedic. Keep going, Dedic. Cuts inside. He's going to go alone. He's seen Smith Rowe. He saw it, that he could do it himself. He nearly has as well. And a good save from Alisson. We're now going to drop into cautious and just keep praising the lads. A fantastic performance so far. 89th minute. Are we going to make it 3 games out of 3 against Liverpool? We have. We are the bogey team for Liverpool. What a massive 3 points at home against Liverpool. What a performance. You can see how good they were down that right-hand side. Dan Burn shut them down. And we have just got a huge 3 points, keeping us in the top 4 race. We are 2 points off top of the league Palace and at 1 point off second in the league Forest. It's a beta, everyone, remember? All right. I mean, Leicester in the Premier League, it's got to be a beta. I mean, they are top of the league by an absolute country mile. Kubo was injured for 4 weeks with fractured ribs. Fantastic. Thank you, Takafuso. I hope you recover well, Sunshine, because you've actually been very good. Smith Rowe. Look, come here, pal. A nice little cuddle. And I'm really happy with you, Smith Rowe. You've been fantastic. Training recently has also been very, very good. Everyone's doing really well. I don't really know. I'm not very good at training, I've got to say. It's not really my thing. I don't know how you see how everyone's been doing it overall. I thought it was on that screen, but apparently not. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm used to training, but training's been quite good. No one's really doing bad. A couple of 6s in there, but mainly all above 7, which is fantastic. So I'm very, very happy with how things are going. We have now got Ipswich, which I'm going to play off of camera because you guys don't see us play against Ipswich. We should hopefully get through that one nice and easy, and then we'll be back for another massive game against West Ham, who are in the top 4, so that should be good fun. And a pretty much fully rotated side gets us a convincing 3-1 victory against Ipswich. That's something I feel like we couldn't do last year either. We didn't have good enough backups to go out there and I could be confident that I'd get the 3 points. But when you got Big Slabbert at the back, I suppose you can certainly do. We've got the next round, the draw up next, so we'll just quickly skip through that one. We've got Brentford at home, another decent-ish draw that we can hopefully get through. And I think after that is the quarterfinals, which should be good. So hopefully we are stepping up to being better in the cups as well. We're just hiring a few more staff to get everything up as well. So we are certainly progressing. The board have also agreed to better training facilities. I've seen a comment about improving them and the youth facilities. They won't let me ask the youth facilities at the moment, so I can't do that sadly. But everything's looking good. We are certainly progressing as a club, which is good. Up to D, like I said, in the board now, and C- on supporters. So we're getting there. We are getting there. And after the fantastic goal we just scored, of course we're going to get Emil Smith-Rowe injured for 4 weeks. Fantastic. Of course that's going to happen. Why wouldn't that happen? It just would, wouldn't it? We have got Brahim Diaz, who did score in that game against Ipswich, who can fit in that Mezzala role quite nicely. So it's not the end of the world, I suppose. It looks like Forest and Palace are just still taking on their absolutely ridiculous form, and they want to go ahead and actually challenge for the league, which is a bit crazy. I want to see what this game brings up the table like. After this game week, we can then see what 3 points does for us. At the moment, 3 points can take us into the top 4. It'd be good to get back in there, wouldn't it? Spurs beating United, Fulham beating Blackburn. A win takes us to 4th. But obviously West Ham have also started the season very well with brand new manager Andoni Iraola in charge. So we're going to have to be on top form today. The West Ham side, Areola, Zuma, Alvarez, Agued, Emerson, Willar Barrios, James Ward-Prowse, Paqueta, Ernest Nuamo, who I actually don't know, Jarrod Bowen and Mohamed Kudus. So no out-and-out striker unless Ernest Nuamo is a striker. we've gone with quite a different team today. We've got Nick Pope, Livramento, Gurhi, Botman, Dedic, Bruno G, Moretti and Diaz in midfield, Gordon on the right, Elia Wahi gets a start in the Premier League on the left-hand side with Alexander Isak up top. Again, we've got to be up for it today. A very, very strong side. Hopefully, we can bring 3 points in. It actually looks like Kudus is the man up front. Nuama is another Ghanaian. He is on the wing, and he is very good. Very, very quick. Great dribbling in first touch. We've got to be very wary of him. Recently moved to Lyon in real life after being at... actually, I think he's a Nordjylland player. Moved to Lyon, out on loan at Molenbeek, possibly. I don't know how that's worked, but here he is at West Ham. Looks fantastic. Value of £76 million. We're going to start off with a throw-in with, obviously, the main man, Tini Livramento. Getting it into the big men. Mark Gurhi down to Moretti. Sets it to Botman. Oh, he should have hit it. Brahim Diaz scored against Ipswich and hits it off of Kurt Zuma there and gets another goal. Well, it doesn't going to add it to his name, but on FPL, he gets the assist, and if you're helping out your FPL fans, that's always a good thing. A win here also takes West Ham into the top four, so we've got to be wary of that, Brahim Diaz. Could have been a penalty as well if it didn't go in. Zuma with his arm up, but we don't care. 1-0 in 9 minutes. A fantastic start. And Brahim Diaz sitting in that pocket is picking up a lot of space. Wahi finds Botman at centre-back into Livramento. I love this inverted wing-back play. I really do. I just hope we can actually do it this season, and it works. A fantastic ball. Bounce to the back of Brahim Diaz and Elia Wahi! What a finish. Brahim isn't going to get the assist for that one. That was going to go to Livramento. A great ball through. It seemed to skid off the back for Brahim Diaz. We need to see this again. But Elia Wahi gives us that option to have a goal scorer. It does come off Brahim Diaz. It's given us Livramento's assist. Wahi, absolute goal scoring bagsman. Bags one in the Premier League as well. And in 2 shots, we've actually scored 2 goals. Ward-Prowse with the free kick. It's whipped in. Gurhi wins it and we clear it again. Good passion, lads. And we now win the second ball. It goes to Ward-Prowse on the right-hand side. Finds Edson Alvarez. He's going to skip inside as he nearly wins it back. And they're going to rebuild with Wilmar Barrios in DM, who's always a bit of a baller on FM. Finds Nuamha. Botman with the clearance. Now don't mess about with it. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Newcastle United or a 2005-6 Barcelona. Nobody knows. Gordon does get tackled in the end by Bowen. And Agued on the ball. Finds Barrios. Finds Kudus. Good ball down the line to Bowen, and Livramento has got him tracked. Livramento does block it, but it falls back to Bowen. To Paqueta on the edge of the box, gets the shot away and does score for 2-1. A very good move and a very good finish there from Lucas Paqueta. Gordon's getting involved in the sellies apparently. You don't want to be a West Ham player, Anthony. You want to stay here forever. Right, goal kick then for West Ham. Areola with the long clearance, and Livramento gets in just to hoof it away, which isn't the football we play. Remember that, all right? Watch yourself. Barrios on the ball in DM. Does find Nuamha out on the right wing. Skins Dedic, but Dedic is such a good fullback. He covers his run off after getting spun inside out and gets the ball back. Brahim Diaz just also thinks he plays for West Ham. Good ball into Bowen. Nuamha now to the right-hand side. Again, can Dedic stop him twice? He can't. He finds Ward-Prowse back to Zuma. Edge of the box. Barrios is there, and it's a deflection off Gurhi. And it's 2-2 in 21 minutes here in a very, very open game against West Ham, which isn't what I'd like to see. I'd like us to be better defensively. We had a very good start. They had a very good last sort of 15 minutes. We need to pick back up and get back on form because if this game stays the way it is, they are going to dominate. More momentum for them isn't good. Ward-Prowse with a free kick. A very good set-piece specialist. He's given the ball a little rub apparently. He's now going to whip this in and they're going to score because of the magic Ward-Prowse rub. Barrios goes down the line, back to Ward-Prowse, get out to him. Oh my God, we know he can hit him, but he hits it just over the bar and it stays at 2-2. Right, fantastic news. Wahi's picked up an injury. Of course he has. He's scored a goal on his Premier League debut and picked up an injury on left wing, and I don't want to make that any worse. I'm going to say I'm not happy, and they're going to react well to that. Good job. Wahi, I'm sorry. He wants to play on, but the injury is affecting him. I can't have you out there then, son. Brian Zaragoza, you've been fantastic ever since we signed you. Moretti's on the yellow, so something to keep an eye on. We want to bring Joe Linton on at some point. Come on, second half, we've got to just calm things down and win this game. Right, Ward-Prowse on the ball, finds Alvarez into Barrios. I think Alvarez is playing as a centre-back today, which is quite interesting. Agued into Barrios. He's getting quite a bit of space in that left centre mid role, which I might have to pick up on. He's playing in DM and he's getting a lot of space. Emerson down the wing. Gordon hasn't tracked back there and Bowen's got space. He drives inside and it's a good save from Nick Pope. I wonder if we should drop, again, if we look at this sort of tactic analysis thing, should we be dropping Gordon back in to help cover? He's getting marked out of the game by Emerson, and Jared Bowen's picking up a lot of space. We are playing the inverted wing back there. I think today's one of them where we just take this off and just go to 2 fullbacks on support, and we just be a little bit smarter about what we're doing, because West Ham are a good side, and it seems like this right-hand side with Jared Bowen or the left-hand side is getting a little bit picked apart. Other than that, they've been pretty much marked out the game. Obviously, Barrios is all over Isaac, which is tough, but I mean, what can you expect? We need Brahim Diaz to pick up these pockets and try and lose James Ward-Prowse. But we're going to make that subtle change to try and defend the Jared Bowen wing play. And of course, right now, they're probably going to go down that side and score. Dedic on the ball. Let's get Gordon back on, please. I need him over on that side. If it happens down that side now, it's not my fault. We have got one man less there. Bruno G. Out wide to Livramento. Please don't lose it. Please. Back into Gurhey. Please don't lose it. Thank you. Oh my God. Botman drives forward. Oh, there was a run there by Isaac, but he does find a great ball to Brian Zaragoza, who peels it back to Brahim Diaz, into Bruno G, touch and hit. He finds Moretti to Brian. Ref, it's disgusting. He needs to be sent off. He should have been killed. Brian Diaz goes down, and a penalty for Newcastle. There is no doubt on my mind. I saw the push in the back, the kick of the ankles, and Alex Isaac is going to step up. He's not at his best game today, but can he put that behind him and score to make it 3-2 to Newcastle? He steps up, he blasts it in to the bottom left-hand corner and scores for a Newcastle 3-2 lead. Right, 20 to go. Souček finds Aguerd back in defence. I am debating whether to drop things off a little bit, waste a bit of time, but I know too much tinkering often punishes us, so I'm also scared to do that. Ward-Prowse does get dispossessed by Isaac, and Brahim Diaz is picking up that pocket of space exactly like I asked. Brian Zaragoza into Brahim Diaz. I've got the cello out, I've got the violin out, not the cello, and I've orchestrated that into existence exactly where I asked him to, just beyond and a bit out wide on James Ward-Prowse. He drives through the middle, finds the ball into Brian, doesn't just pass and sit, he passes and he moves, and look, 3 men out of the game from one pass. Brian Zaragoza just brings the ball out of the game. Fantastic ball through. Brahim Diaz takes it in stride, gets on that right hand side and finishes for 4-2. And now we can relax, we can go balanced, we can waste a little bit of time, and 3 points is going to be coming home. Well, not really coming home, it's going to be staying here at St James's Park. Or is it? Because literally a second later, Ward-Prowse has got a corner to try and whip in. Big win. Oh, and again. No, please. Oh, it's like ping ball in there, but it's somehow not going to the back of the net, and Gordon is going to drive away with it. Just run, Anthony. He finds Brian on the left-hand side. He goes past James Ward-Prowse. He drives into the box. He goes alone, and Brian Zaragoza makes it 5-2 for Newcastle. The counter-attacking football, the passionate football from these Geordie lads is unbelievable, and there's been calls for my head. The gaffer, he's got to go. The team is good enough. Let me have my transfer window. Let me bring in my players and I will cook. We are certainly a much better team this year. And look, Brian Zaragoza to make it 6. He's made it 6. Another devastating counter-attack, and Brian Zaragoza is there again. And West Ham have been absolutely battered. Brahim Diaz is picking up the exact role that I have asked him to do. Zuma is standing there like he's completely out of his head and he's got no idea what's going on. Ward-Prowse, I don't care if you whip this ball in and you score, because we're 6-2 up. We're going to head it clear and we're going to go and score. We're not. Souček does head it over the bar. This is fantastic for our goal difference as well, because now we are creeping up on Forest, 3 points away from top of the table Chelsea, who we nearly beat in today's episode. So we are certainly a very, very good side. Emerson Palmieri down the left-hand side, whips it into the back stick. Dedic does clear it, but Nuamhar is there. Botman goes out to just scare him. He's barked at him, and Brahim Diaz picks the ball up, and Moretti's lost it. Bowen shoots from distance and scores. And I mean, that's put a little bit of a dampener on it. I am going to bring on Joe Linton for Moretti, and we are going to bring on Big Dan Burn as well at left centre-back, just left wing-back, just to calm things down a little bit. Just 10 to go. I'm not worried. Famous last words, of course. Areola then is going to try and get something going for West Ham here. Ben Rama on the ball, back to Aguerd. I mean, the ref's going to blow his whistle in 10 seconds. So it wasn't, in fact, famous last words. It was just English words which come out of my mouth. And very good ones too, because we have got the victory today against West Ham. I mean, if we could score another, that would be fantastic. Miggy Almiron's just come on the pitch. It's 7-3. They were fantastic words, I said. They certainly weren't famous last ones. Unbelievable performance here from the Newcastle boys. 7 goals at home. It's like watching us play against Sheffield United in real life. Damn it, ref. It's 6-3. They've called it off for offside. It'd have been too mean, to be fair, wouldn't it? We've just gone ahead and battered West Ham, taken ourselves to third in the Premier League. We are a top side. Look, we need to have a meeting board and discuss if you can get off my back, because the media, you're still on my back. The board, you're not on my back as much, but you need to just support me there. Baron Zaragoza, fantastic performance. I'm going to go to the media and look, we are the best team in the world. Extremely positive. Absolutely fantastic. We've got some nice games up next as well. We've got Wolves away from home, which is of course going to be a difficult game. We've then got Brighton, Aston Villa, Brentford, Fulham, Bournemouth, Palace, Brentford, City. Wow. That is quite a nice run of fixtures. I don't know when to bring you guys back, you know. I think I might bring you back for City. Why do I do this? City at home, Forest away, United at home. Seems like a good place for you guys to come back. I'm going to play through October, through November, have a little bit of fun, hopefully score lots and lots of goals, and move this series on into December, where then we can come back for January again, and we can hopefully sign even more players to add to this stupendous Newcastle side. When you next come back, we're going to be top of the league. Hear my words, come back tomorrow. Make sure you're liking the video. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.